I'll be an
extent
occasional
had that.
member.
Oh, is there like a little,
Yeah.
I see, I
Well,
don't
look, the
know.
last one,
I
it was
was
like this
thinking
awful,
that
I'm like,
that-
I gotta
You're the
see,
only
you
one
know
that
what?
sings.
Right, I'm like, I gotta sit
Smell
back.
it.
Sit
Well,
cucumbers.
We're
good,
we're on.
We're on?
So we
All
need
right.
to pledge.
I'll
So
take
we're
your
gonna
notes.
open up the select board meeting at 6:40. And it's for September 29th, 2021. We were gonna rise, but no, I guess no rising.
I make
We've
a
already
motion,
said the
We could
pledge.
can I make a motion to sign the warrants?
Yes,
Yes.
all in favor? Now we just have to have them.
And while the warrants are making their way around, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes of September 15th select board meeting as written, as well the minutes of September 17th special select board meeting as written.
Do we have a second?
Second,
All in favor?
on both counts.
Were you at that second meeting? Dan?
Jason wasn't.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Well, if you're not at the meeting, you can't make the
No, I
motion
was
to
there.
us.
Jason wasn't.
Jason wasn't. I was just,
Obviously,
I
you
was
have
just
fond memories, you
checking.
don't even
Just checking.
remember that I was there.
no, I don't.
I was keeping all you guys.
I have not that much of a
Thank
memory.
you.
Only for the
However
important
you're
things,
doing
Dan.
I thought I was important.
You are important. You are the big VP. Okay, let's see, new business, open bids for the reevaluation. Dum, drum roll.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. No. That's your knife. I can't, I'm not allowed to have knives. Except in the kitchen, when I'm chopping.
You can now.
Okay.
That's all right.
Ta-dum, dear board.
Here.
Dear board. Okay, so dear board goes down there, goes down there. Isn't that lovely?
Jim,
Well,
see anything
we're gonna
in
just,
joining?
Huh?
well, we will in a minute. We just, passing it down to Nancy, please. Pass it down. Then Rachel,
Yes,
move it down.
all the way down. Oh, it's one for each of us.
Ah,
Duh.
What did you tell your
Sorry.
kids? Take one and
Jim.
pass it down, didn't you?
Never.
Never? Okay.
Take one down, pass it around.
yeah, that's a different thing.
Hold that.
Bottles of pop, when I was growing up.
If I were chosen.
All right, I would request a payment schedule of no money down,
That's right.
$8,000 after each 100 house visit. After all visits have been completed, I would ask for $25,000. So how many houses do we have? Would that say how much it would cost? We would need to know the amount of houses to know what this bid is. Jim? How many houses in the town of Lubec?
About 1,800 parcels.
Well, all right, you're right, it would be parcels, not houses, because he has to assess the parcels too, but he said houses. Is that something we should be worried about since he said houses and not lots? Jackie.
I don't have a letter, I gave it away.
Is revaluation the same as reevaluation? No.
That sounds like a trick question.
Value or evaluate.
Okay,
Evaluate or value.
okay,
Two different.
okay, good.
Anyway,
So 1,800, so that's 18 times 8,000.
I mean, he calls it developed
What's
property.
18 times 8,000? 8 times 18. 144 plus 25, so we're at 169,000.
$160,000.
So I think that-
Then he said 25 at completion, right?
Yes, so I think what we need to do is we need to, Jim, we need to, how many houses as opposed to how many lots, because since he didn't point out lots at all, he may be able to negotiate a less amount for lots, which means we maybe get closer to what we set aside. So if we, do you see what I'm saying here? He's charging us 8,000 for each house visit.
Each
But he's
100.
not charging
Each
us for
hundred.
lots.
Hundred.
Each 100.
Each hundred
I
house
can't find the,
What did I say?
House
House
visits.
8,000 per each 100 houses.
Right.
But the point is,
I
it
need a
doesn't
copy of
include
the letter.
lots,
I
and
gave
we're
my
trying to get.
So I'm just reading the top part where he talks about where he did Winterport,
Right.
and he talks that they had 1,600 developed
she.
properties. She, I'm
Jackie,
sorry.
she.
And then she had reevaluation, so from how I'm reading that, she terms a couple things. So I would be interested too, that she says houses in ours, but
Yeah, so maybe she's
If-
thinking
because
she
she
only
talks
has
about-
to visit new houses and not old houses,
I
because there's
don't-
cards on the old houses. I think we need to table this until we ask her questions. Do you
Well-
like that idea, Jim?
I
Table
think that's
it,
a good idea.
because there's things that we have to clarify with her as far as what does she mean by house visit as opposed to
Well,
drive-by.
and maybe we could reach out and contact Winterport, and she did a second reevaluation in Brooks, and she gave us contacts on both of those towns. Maybe we could,
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
those
think
are
it's,
references,
I
yes.
don't think
Yeah.
it's far off from what we'd set aside, but I think
Right.
it needs to be clarified that she shouldn't charge us as much for just a lot, because there's not a lot to bet. No pun intended, there's not a lot to evaluate in a lot as opposed to a building.
The total's 260 is what she's asking.
No, it's 169. 8,000 times 1,800
Plus
properties,
the
Jim
25
said,
at
plus the
completion.
25, it's 144 times,
If you
what's,
go 4 pages in, she's got a total price
oh, she does?
of 260,000 and
Oh, I
242,000.
don't know why she would do
Says-
that.
Well, that's,
Bid proposal, property
Are you
reevaluation,
sure that isn't
total
something
price.
she did before?
Reevaluation of real property with interior inspection, 260,000. Alternate
She's
cost,
charging-
achieve 80%.
Well, that's not the
charging-
same as what her letter said.
she's
In the front.
charging $80 per house, per visit.
I'm seeing it.
So what's this good
Yeah.
proposal property reevaluation in the back, like Jason just come up with? It's not the same as what she said she was charging
No, I
us in the
think
front.
those might have been notes that she was making, but I think we need to
Yes, this is very
have her come
unclear.
in and sit and clarify,
I agree.
Good idea,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah,
yes. So
Excellent.
we made a motion to table this until
I'll second that.
clarification.
Who made
All
the
in favor? I did.
Yeah.
All in favor, yes. So, we'll try to work with her. She wants to do it, that's a good thing. Thank you for giving us 7 copies, that was very helpful.
Sewer abatement,
Okay,
it's exciting.
where's the sewer abatement?
I can confirm I went to that sewer to look at
Is sewer abatement could be in the select board meeting, doesn't have to be in
Sewer abatement.
the sewer, no, sewer abatement. All right, so we had 2 sewer abatements, one for sewer account 312500 for $112.32, and the other one for account number 404600 with the abatement sum of $172.20. Consumption error is one, and the sub-meter on irrigation system is the other reason. What will we do with these abatements?
make a motion that we approve the
I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Dan. Appreciate your cooperation. What is this? Oh, yes.
Harbor Board appointment.
Yes, we had neglected to appoint James Fitzgerald to the Harbor Board, which I'd like to do now. I'd like to make a motion to appoint James Fitzgerald to the Harbor Board. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
He's a good man.
Yes, he is. He was there the other day, yes. That's really good.
As was I.
I know, and I'm really happy you went. Thank you very much. It's about people coming and they come. Okay, so the only other, we have other business that we just got in. So,
This is a
thank you for
consumption
that
error.
authorization for the safe harbor. And I had spoken to 4 different engineering firms to act as our representative to compile the request for proposal and to put it out to bid. Although they aren't going to be doing any engineering, because it's a design build, they're going to be formulating an RFP and helping us qualify which would be the best person to do the contracting, because it's not necessarily lowest bid,
Yeah.
it's best qualified, because it has to be according to being called the Brooks Act. So, we got 3 bids, one for $210,000
Oh,
from HNTV, one from Woodward and Curran for $25,000, up to $25,000, might be less, and then one from Wayne, where do I have it? Oh, no, it's in this, there it is. What's the last name? It was just in an email, I just got it like 4 o'clock today. One is for Well, it's for 22,000, but he's undergone an awful, the person lives in South Portland, he's had to move offices, he's had to drop his phone line, he had problems with his office manager, and although I just don't think he's ready to take on this big project right
Yeah,
now.
I do know the company, that bid 25,000, and they have a very good reputation. So, and I believe the other company was bidding to actually do the
Doing a
design.
whole lot more with the RP, and the one that's, the $25,000 one, Woodward and Curran, is willing to get the RP out in the next couple of weeks and get the bids in by the end of the year, which
Right.
gives them January, February, March, April, and May to come up with the preliminary, the design that has to be approved by Washington before we break ground in June. So we're really on a tight schedule.
That is close.
So do you think that would be a good one to go with?
I think so.
Do I have a second?
Who makes
Did you
the
make,
motion?
So old.
Ah,
so who
Are you
was?
comfortable with that?
Yes, I think that, I've spoken to all three of them, and although I know this HTNB is very qualified, I think that they're trying to do more than, and they were all given the same email to put it out to bid and to help us to secure the bidding process and answer questions. And I think they were just doing too much, they wanted to meet us twice a week, and it was just a lot.
Biting off more than they could chew.
Well, I'm sure they're a very qualified firm, but I think I'd like to save the money for the people that are actually going to do the design build. See, that's what's complicated about it. A lot of times the RFP is the engineer itself,
Yeah,
and then you put it out to bid, but this is a design build where what we've already done with all our permits and our civil design that's been stamped, that is their creative, they have the ability to figure out how to create what we've done so far in the best possible way, and they
Yeah.
have to stick to the price, right? And it was your idea,
Exactly.
wasn't it, the beginning to do
Yes.
design build?
That's the best way to go.
Yes,
When we did the town garage, they wanted to visit once a week for the cost of $5,000.
I know.
no,
Per visit.
no.
yes,
I remember somebody told them, no,
no,
I'll make
right,
phone calls and we'll do what we
right,
gotta do
I remember,
and save a pile of money.
we did, didn't we?
and then the 3 years and all of them.
So who made the motion?
I did.
And who seconded, you seconded?
Nobody, did you?
Damn it,
Okay, all in favor?
the smelly guy up there.
Because he left here.
Public comment?
Well, that's why I made the motion for the abate.
That's right. At least you didn't say, so moved.
That's right, it's your favorite, Rachel.
Yes.
Public comment? Well, we're going into, we need a motion to go into executive session pursuant to 1 MRSA 4056A,
Whatever that is.
which is personnel, not personal, which I
And
can
then
never
we're
get
going
the
to
first 2 years.
Adjourn.
We have a second?
All in favor?
Here we go.
Okey-dokey.
Let's have it.
Dan, you can sit out in the audience.
I can now, actually.
So, yeah, Jason, I didn't quite understand, I